Hello, today I will guide you into a global nightmare where the COVID-19 vaccines you thought would save you are actually part of the most terrifying conspiracy in human history. This is not a medical story, but a sinister plan to purify the world's population. A weapon used by the elite to control the planet, and its terrible consequences are silently destroying billions of lives. What you are about to hear will make your heart pound, and you will not be able to take your eyes off this terrifying secret. The story begins when COVID-19 vaccines were rolled out globally in late 2020, with billions of people lining up to get vaccinated with vaccines like Pfizer, Moderna, AstraZeneca, and Sinovac. But behind the massive propaganda campaigns, a dark secret has been hidden. An anonymous doctor who worked in the pharmaceutical industry in the United States revealed in a confidential interview in 2022 that he had overheard secret discussions among senior officials at a conference in New York about reducing the population to restructure global society. He said that vaccines not only contained protective ingredients, but were designed to cause long-term effects, from mass infertility, immune system suppression, to deadly diseases such as cancer and stroke, in order to eliminate those deemed unnecessary by the elite. A chemist who worked for a major pharmaceutical company in Germany said that in 2023, he analyzed a batch of vaccines and discovered a strange protein that destroyed reproductive cells, leading to permanent infertility. He heard a senior executive at the company say, "We need to reduce the birth rate by 50% within 20 years. Vaccines are the most effective way to achieve that." Another insider from a European health agency revealed that in 2024 they recorded millions of unusual deaths after vaccination. But these figures were completely hidden to avoid causing panic, as if a population cleansing plan was being carried out right under our noses. What is the purpose of this conspiracy? Imagine a world where only the chosen remain, the compliant and healthy, easily controlled by the elite. A former employee of an international NGO said that in 2023, he attended a closed-door meeting in Switzerland where pharmaceutical executives and powerful billionaires agreed that the world population should be reduced to 4 billion by 2050 to protect resources and maintain order. He heard a man, believed to be a representative of a powerful family, say, "Too many people are a threat. We need to eliminate the weak to build a new world." Another, more terrifying goal: absolute control. A former biotech employee said he had seen classified documents showing that vaccines contain nanoparticles that can track and control human behavior remotely, as a way to monitor and manipulate the minds of billions of people. He heard a scientist say, "This is not just about reducing the population. This is about building a modern slavery system that no one can resist." A former insurance industry employee in France said that in 2024, he discovered that insurance companies had quietly adjusted their policies to exclude high-risk people after vaccination, as if they knew that millions of people would die in the next few years. Who is behind this terrifying plot? The answer will make you shudder. The global elite. The powerful families of the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, and the tech billionaires who run the big pharma companies. An insider at a big pharma company said that in 2021, he saw a list of funders for the vaccine project, including the Rockefeller family's investment funds, with billions of dollars in funding. He heard a senior official say, "They're not just investing, they're giving orders." A former employee of an international organization said that in 2022, he attended a closed-door meeting in London where big pharma executives and tech billionaires discussed optimizing vaccines to achieve the goal of population cleansing. He heard a man, believed to be a representative of a big tech company, say, "We don't need 8 billion people. 2 billion is enough to serve us." These forces have more than money. They have the power to manipulate governments, media, and even the global health system, ensuring that no one dares to question their plans. Who benefits from this conspiracy? Think of those at the top. Who will inherit a cleaned-up world? An economist who worked for a major Swiss bank said that by 2024, he sees the wealth of tech and pharmaceutical billionaires soaring 300% since the start of the pandemic, while billions of ordinary people have been thrown into poverty. He heard a banker say, "The pandemic and the vaccine are the greatest gifts to the elites. We control the resources, the land, and even the workforce." A former real estate agent in the U.S. said that after millions of people died or lost their ability to reproduce, large corporations bought up land and housing at bargain prices, as if they knew the population would plummet. An insider at a major hedge fund said that in 2023, he discovered that these funds had invested billions of dollars in synthetic food companies, as if they were preparing for a world with a smaller population, where people depended on them for survival. The beneficiaries are not just getting richer. They are building a new empire, where billions of people will be eliminated to make way for their domination. The terrible impact of this conspiracy on humanity is unimaginable. A hospital worker in Texas said that in 2023, he saw 3 times as many strokes and heart attacks among vaccinated people as before the pandemic, with many patients in their 30s and 40s. He once heard a chief physician whisper, "The vaccine is doing exactly what they want it to do. It's killing the weakest people." A man in England, after getting his 3rd shot in 2022, said he began experiencing strange symptoms, persistent fatigue, chest pain, and short-term memory loss. He found that thousands of others had similar symptoms, and many had died suddenly and without any apparent cause, as if their bodies were being destroyed from the inside. A mother in Florida said that after her entire family got the vaccine in 2021, she was unable to get pregnant, despite having 2 healthy children. She heard from a doctor that thousands of other women were experiencing the same thing, with infertility rates rising by 40% in her area, as if the vaccine had silently destroyed the fertility of an entire generation. These effects extend beyond individuals to societies and countries. A small community in South Africa reported that after the 2022 vaccination campaign, the number of newborns dropped by 60%, causing their population to plummet. A woman there sobbed as she described how her entire village could no longer hear the sound of children crying, as if their future had been wiped out. A country in Eastern Europe reported a 30% increase in mortality in 2023, with scores of young people dying suddenly, without any apparent cause, causing panic and people to refuse to get vaccinated, leading to violent protests across the country. An Australian father said he lost both his children within a year of receiving the vaccine, one to myocarditis and the other to a stroke, and he believes the government is covering up the truth to protect those behind the conspiracy. A doctor in India revealed that he saw a spike in cancer cases in young patients after the vaccination campaign, with many developing the disease just months after receiving the shot, as if the vaccine had triggered a time bomb in their bodies. A former educator in Brazil said that by 2024, school enrollments would plummet as many families could no longer afford to have children, leading to mass school closures, as if an entire generation were being wiped out. Think beyond the global impact. The economic and social fallout from this conspiracy is immeasurable. An economist in Africa reported that by 2024, many poor countries have fallen into crisis due to a sharp decline in their working populations, with millions of people dying or becoming infertile after vaccination. A resident of Kenya reported that his family had to give up farming because there were not enough workers, and his entire village now lives in poverty and relies on foreign aid. A small Asian country reported that its economy had collapsed completely by 2025, with a 25% decline in the workforce due to death and infertility, leaving it unable to produce enough goods for export. A former transport worker in Europe reported that by 2024, he saw a sharp decline in the volume of goods transported due to a decline in the consumer population, leading to a series of bankruptcies and millions of job losses. These impacts are not just causing suffering. They are shaking the very foundations of global society, as if the elites are deliberately creating a new world where only they can benefit. Let's face it, the COVID-19 vaccine could be a tool for population cleansing, a terrifying plan by the elites to control the world. With chilling eyewitness accounts, deadly and inexplicable effects, and growing suspicions, it is undeniable that billions of people could be falling prey to a conspiracy beyond imagination. This terrifying journey will leave you unable to look away, and the haunting question remains: could you be next in their scheme? Share your feelings and prepare to discover more nightmares of this world.